Hi everyone, this is By Devine. I hope you can hear me. Okay, so we have a full moon coming up on the 29th of September. Okay, and it is a super moon. It is the last super moon of the year, and it is in Pisces. With this, we have a lot of energy coming through into our lives. So today is going to be some longer messages for you all. I'm going to sit back. I don't have any other work to do this morning, which is awesome, other than sit and go through some different messages for us. Okay, so today I'm going to be using these Moonology cards. I'm going to use the Archangel Michael cards. We're going to go through a whole lot of different things. On the 30th and the 1st of October, I'm live with you doing, if you're a part of it, I'm doing the Soul Contracts and the Lords of Karma webinar. And this is something that you can use anytime after those dates as well. So I'll sit with you, I'll teach you how to do these things, and then you've always got it to look back over, so you can do that. It's really, really inexpensive. And it's a good chance to get to know how, like my teaching style, etc., if you don't know already. And also just other things are coming up where they're going to be already done. So courses that are already done, you can just get started whenever you're ready. So I also have been working with the Akashic records a lot more. And I offer a reading for a past life, opening up the Akash for you. And what I'm finding is that people can go back and look up the information and actually find their story, for the most part. And now I'm also offering future Akashic records as well, so you get a past life and a future look into the future through those lenses. Okay, so I'm always thinking of new things and ways to teach you as well, because we need it, don't we? There's so many things happening here. We need all of our abilities intact. It's just what needs to happen. So today, let's take a look at these things. So, emotions are running high when it's a supermoon. It's also especially difficult because it's not difficult, but it's more sensitive because of the Pisces energy. And so we really got to learn how to be in balance. That's why I'm always saying to you, make sure you're in your place of receiving. I mean, this is just a must for all of your spiritual work. Excuse me, I was doing a lot of yard work yesterday and I've got all dust and stuff in my chest. So I'll keep on. I drank so much water, it's not funny. Okay. So we're balancing things in our own way. What I find is needed at the moment is people to actually understand that they are just as connected as anybody else, right? Your energy, who you are, what you're trying to achieve is, we've got the same tools as each other. We're just going to learn to tap into these things a little in our own way, I guess, right? And when we surrender into this energy, because part of the ascension words or things that we should be focusing on is surrender, gratitude, and acceptance, right? When we lift our joy, that's all we've got to do is make sure we're laughing, okay? And surrender into the divine. When we do that, we change circumstances. So, if you're sitting there stewing over a situation, a person, a problem, an issue, you're never going to change it. You're just going to attract toward you poison almost, One thing I noticed through doing teachings and things like this is that many people are very simplistic with their beliefs, what they believe can and will happen. They are almost afraid, in a sense, to open things up more completely. Like, for example, I'm open, and I've been doing this for a really long time, so I'm open to receiving new information all of the time. But what I noticed about teaching courses is that people are really limited in what they actually feel can happen. Now, I'm not talking about every single student, but a lot of students that I've been with are just, they get into their mind what exactly can happen, and therefore it creates a wall. So if you're doing this yourself, like you're thinking to yourself, well, only certain people can do that, and I'm not really that talented, and I'm a little bit scared of going into things that are deeper like that. What if I'm wrong? And this is one of the things that is excuse me, sorry, is taught to you as we're going through things together, is that you are unlimited in what you can do, right? That your spiritual light team is going to guide you, like it's going to just guide you, it's going to open you into new horizons, and will go with you as far as you're willing to go. You see? So how far are you willing to go on your journey? And I feel like we really need to actually be starting to focus on what skills we have to offer, because the energy that's coming in is going to be harsher for some people, some circumstances. The vibration of increasing fear on the planet is coming. So you've got to know how to balance this, counteract it, not give in to it, stop, focusing on doubt, because the Pisces energy is going to be very, very powerful in dissolving a lot of these fears and worries. When we come into a super moon, this is the last super moon of the year. This is sitting in Pisces. It also has the energy of Jupiter, Saturn, and Mercury within it. When we think about a Jupiter energy, it's huge. It's full of abundance. Jupiter gives opportunity for expansion. And then you have Saturn that goes, well, here we go. Just before you're about to expand, let's take a look at this crap that you have thought you've gotten rid of. Okay, so here it is. It's in your face. Because Saturn deals with the past and brings things up to the surface. You'll find that when there are a lot of pandemics or epidemics on the earth, and there's an increase in flus and things like that, you can guarantee that Saturn's been a part of it. And this is going back, through history. Okay? Saturn brings, for some reason, the energy of it brings up things to be dealt with. And things that are irritants, you see, as well. And then we have Mercury, and that's all about communication, right? So, we have abundance, we have crap from the past, and then we have communication about it. Which way is it going to go? What I've noticed in my journey is if I understand my behavior or my reactions, I can change it and my life gets better. Things start to happen. One thing I can't abide by anymore is feeling responsible for every single soul on this planet to get this message. I can't. I've realized that. Pretty stubborn, but I've realized that trying to get everybody to start to wake up or get the message or understand what I'm trying to say is just pointless. It is. So if you're hearing me and you're on the same wavelength as me, great, you'll get the message that you need. If you're, and there's many people who sit in hate of me, and that's okay, because they're wasting their energy. And, you know, what am I going to do about it? I can't make people understand what I'm trying to do here. I can't stop them being irritated because they're not doing it, or being irritated because they're annoyed with me for some reason. I can't stop that. I can't stop what someone's thinking. And maybe this is what you also try to do. And I know that it's, for me, you know, you're a mum. I'm a mum. If you're a parent, you're going to always feel that sense of, I've got to make something better. But when it carries on and carries on and carries on, it can be a burden that you didn't need to carry at all. And it can waste a lot of time and waste a lot of energy in your life. So let's look at the planets. Oh my, that one just flew out. So Mercury, didn't I just say? Okay, so the awareness of many thoughts about or from many words. Okay, so these karma cards are going to go together with the planets, the signs, and the houses. Okay, so we're thinking about the awareness of. Okay, let's figure out a little more. Hang on a second. It goes better when it's all together. And they can go upside down or the right way up. The serving of others. So the awareness of the serving of others, the details of it, and doing what you must do. See how this is starting to go together? And then the houses here. And this is the second house because this is about resources, okay? It says patiently, right? What you want, get what you need. Okay, so if we think about it, we've got the awareness of many thought forms about or from and many words. So we've got an awareness of the serving of others patiently. The details of what you want. Do what you must do and get what you need. See what that says? Right? Many words, do what you need to do and get what you need. Right? So what I've noticed about the energies of people is that they get really, really, really awesome experiences when they are doing the work. Like they're dedicating their time to putting themselves in protection, proper protection, okay? Monitoring their mind talk all day, doing their clearing and having healing for themselves. Like, so understanding your timeline is huge. I teach this all in semester 1. And when you understand all of the things that you've been through, all of the places that you've been, all of the homes that you've been, all of the schools that you've been, all of the relationships that you've been in, and all how this affects the energy field, it affects the chakras, it affects your mind, body, soul, spirit, it affects your beliefs. And you go through and you start to see a pattern. And the pattern is either rejection of the self, acceptance of the self, right? And if the rejection of the self is there, then anything that anyone tries to explain to you, you're going to have a contrary thought about it, right? If you have acceptance of the self, you will accept probably too much because you're too giving and too kind and too understanding all of the time, right? So there's a fine balance here between rejecting what you don't want in your life and accepting what you do, and balancing that out with other people's situations and their thoughts and their problems. You know, it's unbelievable. So here we need to be awareness of the serving of others, okay, patiently as well. So, you know, you don't have to go and do everything for everybody. I'll fix it. I'll do it. I'll fix it. Because that's also a trauma response as well. And in our spiritual journey, what we need to learn to be is in sort of anticipation, or looking forward to with excitement just what we're about to receive. Right? It's like, you know, I've said this before, but the morning before Christmas as a kid, you'd be like, oh, I want to go sneak downstairs. I want to go poke a hole in one of my presents or something like that, right? We're so excited. We just can't wait to wake up. There's going to be so many lollies and sweets, and there's going to be, you know, it's for me and our family, it was like the only time that you got a lot of junk food was, you know, the Christmas thing, because my parents were trying to like make up for their craziness for the year, but there'd be a lot of lollies and stuff, right? And there was that excitement of the sugar rush for the day. And that's the thing that we should be focusing on, like, is how exciting it is that Spirit is guiding us and is going to show us the way forward if we allow it. And when we're in service, because Virgo is a lot about service to others, but we can't be slaves to it either, or let people use us, abuse us, or take advantage of us, right? Because I'm a very kind person, most people think that they can just do whatever they want to me and that nothing will happen. And it's just not the case. And I hate having to be, you know, I guess the word is kind of like strict, or putting a boundary line down. I don't like doing it. It's uncomfortable. But when I do it, every single time, I feel like, okay, I had to do this. It's going to help. You know, they need to know and I needed to do it, kind of thing, right? And it's hard because if you're a kind person and a sensitive person, you don't want to upset anybody. That's not your goal. In fact, you want to run away from upsetting anybody. So, you know, what I have learned from my own past life, which I'm going to tell you about, the thing that's been a pivotal change for me just recently, like, I mean, it's a significant change, okay? I was looking into the Akashic records, and I've been doing a lot of past life readings for people. And I was doing one for myself, and I thought I'm going to record it. I'm just getting my cards ready while I tell you this. In a past life in 1900, pretty much exactly 1900, I was about 16 years old in Ireland, a place called Dublin. Of course, we know this, right? And I was actually being mentored by a psychiatrist who was a superintendent at the Richmond District Lunatic Asylum. And I was a, you know, therapist, right? So I'm really young. I'm like, I don't know why I'm so young doing this work, but I'm there. I must have been some kind of like, you know, smarty bum or something, right? So I'm working in this asylum, and I'm actually talking with the superintendent who's my mentor. He kind of looked like, you know, Colonel Sanders a little bit. I actually found his picture and everything later, but beside the point. I was talking to him about the work that I'm doing now, about how there could be a spiritual attachment to these people with these mental health issues. And long story short, he was sort of very open to this. At the same time, there was a lot of changes with chemicals and things like that they want to try these tablets and all of this. So I'm working at this asylum, and I'm working with people, never on my own, always with a group. And there was someone that I'd been working with for a couple of years, a gentleman who was showing all the signs of being fine, you know, ready to be released, that like he was passing all of the tests, right? And he got released and he killed somebody. And he came back to the asylum. He was brought right on back. And he gave me this look like, ha, gotcha. And I can still see it, okay? And I gave up. I gave up on people. I gave up on my passion for the mind and trying to help people. I gave up doing something that I absolutely loved. And I left and I went to Germany. I must have had family there or something. And I just ended up never marrying, living alone with my cats, looking out my window, and being miserable. So in this life, it was the reason, one of them, but the reason why I was so determined to never give up on anybody, to the point that I would let someone get away with their crazy behavior for far too long, because I could see the potentials in each person to have this healing. It's the same with relationships. I could see a potential for someone to heal. And so I would stick in there with the stupid relationship because I saw once a potential in somebody and didn't want to give up. And it was so intense for me. I can't even tell you how intense this was. That when I recognized what I was doing, and when I recognized that my never give up attitude was deeper than just than just never giving up. It was deeper than that. And when I recognized that I wasn't responsible for someone's behavior outside of what they've been taught, what they've been shown, or anything, it's not my problem. My problem is to be responsible for what I'm teaching you, and you're responsible for how you interact with that in your life. And whether you do the work or not is not my problem. You see? So it was a huge thing. And it's just lifted so much weight out of my life. Like you just wouldn't believe it. And this is what's delved me into looking more and more and more into the Akash and how this can help us. And it's deeper now than it ever was before. Like to the point where I can really pinpoint some crazy stuff that people are just like, what the hell? And I'm like, I don't know, I'm just telling you. This is what it is. And they are looking up the information just like I could. It's insane. I mean, you can look it up yourself. Richmond District Lunatic Asylum. It changed names in 1920s or something like that. But at this point, that's what it was. And to make it even more amazing is that I was able to find a forum for the psychiatrist that I was working with, his notes, his actual notes, and I had to get permission for them to send me the notes, and I'm waiting on them, but yeah, his actual notes that I would have read when I was young in that life. You see how crazy that is? But it was such a mind-blowing thing for my journey that it has changed everything. So I wanted to share that with you because this is something that I'm also going to teach the world. People that are interested. Look at that. This is your life's purpose. Archangel Michael messages here. Having self-respect, right? God, why do we respect everybody else so much over ourselves? And admit the truth to yourself and act accordingly. And that is the truth of healing. Right? The truth of healing is when you can shut yourself down a little bit and pull yourself back and say, look, how did I react to that? Why am I reacting this way? Right? So, if you know anybody who's super sensitive and you're not used to it, you're going to be really surprised when something that you said or did, they were taking in a particular way that it wasn't meant to be taken. When I do this work, I have to understand that there are people that have got a lot of water in their chart. There are a lot of unhealed traumas. There's a lot of stuff going on in their life. And I may be talking to them and they're just taking offense, or they're sucking it all in, or they're thinking I mean this, or they're thinking I mean that, because, they're so used to having some kind of rejection or some kind of hurt or some kind of problem that they look at it everywhere they go, and they find it if they want to. I mean, you can find anything in anything anybody says. You can say, okay, I wonder if this person's going to be an asshole. Oh, there it is. Right? Because you're looking for a problem, right? So one of the things here is if you're really wanting to grow and you're really wanting to heal and you're wanting your life to get better, you really need to admit to yourself your patterns. Just like I was telling you of, feeling like I need to continually help someone way past the expiration date. Okay, I've done my work with you. I've done follow-ups with you. I've, checked in on you. Enough. Anything else from that is, up to you now. Here's the tools. Go do it. And see, this is hard. I think this is another reason why my voice is cracking. Because I'm getting to truth with you all. That, heck, sometimes it is, I'm teaching people to do tarot. Okay? And they're realizing just how much sometimes there can be a volume that you can't control. For example, maybe there's 20 people that come in for free readings and it's pump, 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 and they're having to pump out these things and they're having to adjust their day and try to fit it in and all this, right? Well, that's only your free work. And then you've got work that people are buying. And then you've got everyday messages, and then you've got your everyday life, and then you've got things that come out of the blue. Then you've got advertising, and then if you're like me, and want to do it all, you've got your websites. You've got maintenance on those. You've got to make sure people are getting the right link, right? You've got to combat people who are stealing your stuff. I have people stealing my things, pretending they're me, blah, blah, blah. That's just nothing anymore. It's just like, oh, okay, here we go. Do a maintenance check every day and get rid of all the fake accounts. But there's things that drag you away from the message here. I'd love to just sit here and do messages all day. Here's my message. Here's a reading. Oh, let's do a reading about this and this and this. Or let me channel this. Or let me teach you this. Or let's do this. Because that's what I want to do. I want to have just this academy, teaching things in the academy. But what you find out is when you're doing this work, and if you want to get anywhere with it, or, become known for being honest and true and accurate, that takes work. People aren't just going to trust you for no reason. They don't know who you are. So what people are finding is when they admit this to themselves, they're like, shit, I wanted to do this work. Man, it's hard. Huh. Okay, well, this is harder than I thought it was going to be. I thought I could just give the message and people will come. Build it, they'll come, This is what people are finding out. That even if work is given to you, it's still overwhelming and you have to set up all these things. And you have to be people always say, how are you, now that they realize, especially with the readings and stuff, they're like, how are you doing this? And I'm like, one bite at a time, one day at a time. I just have to keep going because the message is the important thing to me. And I had to learn how to, manage my time and see what's worth my time. So when people come at me with, pick, I don't have time for that anymore. Whereas I used to go, okay, yep, all right, okay, all right, I'll do that. Okay, I'm doing this, all this, but don't worry, I'll drop everything so I can fix that for you. Oh, this doesn't work. Okay, let me fix it. Oh, no, it's still not working. I can't hear a thing. Oh, I've got my recording now and I can't hear a thing. And I'm like, oh my God. Oh, everything's working on my end, and you can just hear the, right? Everybody's like, push. Right? So what I'm saying to you is admit the truth to yourself and do what you can do without feeling like you're letting down all of this crazy around you because people haven't done the work and people are still nitpicking and people have still got a problem and they're stressed and they're anxious or they're concerned or they're unwell or they don't do all they do is get readings or they don't listen to what you're saying instead of doing the healing and being done with it, having the therapy and being done with it. No, around they go. So what we're noticing is that energy of stress and worry and is going to become less and less and less and less in your life, right? When you're doing the work of admitting the truth to yourself, when you're saying no when you need to, when you're shutting down, you're not letting people get to you and stopping you from your work, right? When you stop worrying about how you're going to be perceived and will people like you and is it going to be good, stop worrying about that and show up and be you and know that that takes care of itself. When you're in your truth, you'll be in your abundance, right? When you're in the truth of who you are and what you've put up with and what you've been doing and you let it go, you don't see it anymore. Now, when you're running a business, are you still going to get little problems that come up here and there and everywhere? Yeah. But how you react to them, like by nipping it in the bud right away, is going to make all the difference. So your life's purpose here is about being, what your goals and what your dreams and what your wishes and what your truth is your life mission. It is expansive though. So people say, what's my purpose? Well, it's never one thing. I hate to say that. It's very, very wide because, your purpose is to do anything that brings joy, happiness, right? That happiness and joy creates the money you're looking for. So is it through one thing? No. I've learned from myself, it wasn't just about readings. It was about healing. It wasn't just about healing. It was about skills, mediumship. It was about teaching. It was about the Akash. It was about past lives. It's about intergalactic work. It's about shamanism. It's about all the different healing methods that I've learned over the years and I've created over the years as well. Where did I get all this from? How do I explain this to people? Broad. It's opening. Oh, tarot. People want to learn tarot. Here's a massive course on it. Probably way too much than should have been given in the course, but I can't do it any other way. It's got to be all there, People want to know about angels and guides and goddesses and gods and ancient Egypt and history and how to travel and how to meditate, how to do all these things. And it's all there for you. But you have to release your limitations on what you will receive. You have to be open for all of it to come in without any fear. Because as soon as you have fear, your abilities will stop. Boom. They'll stop cold. And you'll go, see, I knew it didn't work. Because you go into rejection. You see? It's people are afraid to actually tell you that. And that is exactly what it is. If you're not seeing results in your spiritual journey, your health, your life, if you're not seeing these results, you've limited yourself somewhere and you're not being honest with yourself about it. And at the same time, you're probably letting everybody else go first. Walk all over you so that you can be at the back and say, see, even when I try, everybody always beats me. You've got to be your own competition, Unfortunately, I thought to myself through this work, well, I'm no threat to anybody. I'm just there like everybody else. I've had a shit life and, everything's happened to me too. So I'm just like everybody else. But hey, this is how I got out of it. So come on, let's do it. That's how I thought people would react. And you know what? 90% of you are just like, that's cool. I'm right there with you. There are some people that like, wow, she's lucky. Oh, she's got it. I'm envious. I'm this, I'm that. Oh, she's that. Oh, well, she's doing that now. It's like no matter what you do, how kind you are, how nice you are, someone's going to find a problem. So you've just got to do it anyway. It doesn't matter how skilled I am. There's always going to be someone else who thinks they can do more and try to rub my face in it or whatever. So what? I just keep going anyway. And I'm still standing. Elton John. yeah. Oh my God. So, yeah. Oh my gosh. I really don't like having to clear my throat, but I can't really help it. I'm not even unwell. It's just from doing all of this stuff outside. If I could show you my window, hang on, I might be able to. You could see, if you've ever seen out my window before, you could see how much, oh, maybe you're not going to be able to see how much was done out there, but this was all trees and everything, and it's all, yeah, you can't really tell. Anyway, don't matter. Here we are. So, here we go. Let's get some tarot cards out. Yep, I drink tons of water. Okay, come on. Work with me. There we go. Okay. So I am going to do what it's called a cosmic blueprint reading. All right, for us all. And I'm using these cards, which are like cute, called the Guardian Angel Messages Tarot. Why not? All right, your present position. Now, normally I would use or tell, if I was doing a reading for you, I have a significator card, which signifies your star sign. But I am actually going to use a crystal today for the collective. So, I'm going to choose this beautiful green fluorite sphere. This is going to represent all who are listening, okay? So your present situation, remember the supermoon is going to bring supercharged energy. So here we have the Seven of Earth. This is your present situation, investment, assessment, and patience, right? The Seven of Coins, or the Seven of Earth. And we have the Angel of the Earth here behind. We have the Angel of Healing here. He's sort of speaking with you about your skills, right? Your skills. And how you're showing up in this world. Like, are you always focused on not having enough in your skill set already? Like, I've worked with so many people that say to me, I just don't have any confidence. I really love this stuff. They call it this stuff. But I don't know whether I want to do this. I want to help heal people. I want to help heal animals, but this stuff, right? So there's got to be a connection within you to the divine that says you're going to be so much happier when you're working with animals, when you're working with your spiritual gifts, when you're working with this and helping others to do it, right? But this stuff comment comes from the opinions of other people, right? So what we're doing at the present moment is assessing what our needs, wants, and desires are, and how that is influenced by what other people might think of what we then do, right? Oh, I want to do tarot class, but oh my God, I can't do that at home. Oh, I'm never going to be able to do it with my husband, my wife, whatever. You know, why not? Why aren't people free to believe what they want to believe? For this energy here, this is focused on skills you already have, right? You're totally qualified to do anything that you want to do. But you have to let go of the competition within yourself and with other people, and also the thoughts of others. The thoughts of others can stop you from doing so many things. It's not even funny. Why do we let them have that much power? You know, me doing this work, everybody laughed at me in the beginning. My people that I was telling, my family, for example, before I stopped talking to them all, they were all like, oh, what? What are you? Oh my God, you're going to be one of those weirdos. Yeah, because that's me, you know, a total weirdo. You know, I've walked around my whole life with a crystal ball in my hand. Are you serious? I'm trying to help people. You know, and they just go straight to the crazy because of the stupid people in our past who have done all that crazy stuff. And so they see spirituality as someone who's nuts, someone who sees, you know, a ghost walking by, or the ghost hunters, or, you know, it's not to me. To me, it's a way of living, a way of creating, a way of being, a happier way of life, a less restricted way of life, no health problems, right? No, I mean, like I had nothing but health problems in my 20s. You know, everything was different. Everything was stressful. I couldn't get my way out of anything. I mean, I did. I managed to. But it wasn't like it is now where I can just set an intention and boom. Or I can just, you know, refuse to give in to something. Or I can clear myself. I can lift my vibration. I can do all these things and it makes my life better. Why wouldn't I want to do that? And that's what people don't understand. If you're a tarot reader or something, you should be there to help heal the person you're working with. Not to show your skills as some kind of fortune teller. That will come. That will come anyway, right? But you're there to help them heal. You're listening to what they're really asking you with their questions. But people don't do that. And that's what is changing in this on this planet, is the shift or the spiraling away from all the negative, right? And all of the old ways of doing things into a more ancient vibration of love and an ancient vibration of understanding and healing, but also not being responsible for the result either. It's up to everybody what they do, you know? So your present position is querying, thinking, overthinking maybe, wondering, will it work? Is it going to happen? If I do this, is it the right thing? Is this the right person for me? Am I in my soulmate relationship? I mean, if you got to ask those things, you already know the answer. But the questioning is there. And the angel tells me, that's what I'm looking at, is the angel. And the angel's saying, why are you wasting your time wondering about this? Can you see the tree of opportunity right in front of you? Can't you see all of the coins on the tree already for you to pick? Like, why is this so hard for you to make this decision? Why do you care so much about the opinions of the sheep? Because they don't really care about what you're doing. They just hold this vibration of, you know, reflecting to you judgment. Get rid of it. So, your work, your life, your place in the world. That's the next card. This one dropped. This one dropped. So awareness, caution, consequences, right? Your work, your life, your place in the world. Again, the angel's like, just take the time for yourself. You know, other people are going to try to do things to tear you apart, but that can only hurt you if you let it. They're going to steal your stuff. Okay, I can be mad about that. Or I can use it as a compliment. Okay, they like me so much, they want to be me. Okay, delete though. No, you're not going to do that because that's my name. You know, it's like with my tarot readers, that's my name behind all that work. It's my name behind the academy. And, you know, it's got to be set in the way and done in the way that it was intended to be done, right? But again, I'm not responsible for how everybody implements it into their life. That's a big thing. So your work, your life, your place in the world, be aware without absorbing, okay? If people are going to do the wrong thing, there's nothing you can do to stop them, and it's not about you, okay? It's literally about their jealousy of you, or their contempt, or they're wanting to have a step up over you. So is that really like something that you need to concern yourself with and increase the energy for, or not? Let it go. Obstacles to clear. The Seven of Water. Choices over analyzing, see, and procrastination. These are the obstacles to clear in your life. If you want to make a decision about something, your first thought is the thing that you go with. If you're then worried about, but what about the money, and I might need that money, and I can't spend that money, or, oh, I've spent the money now, oh, I want it back, oh. Make a decision, stick with the decision, say to yourself, instead of worrying about what you've spent or whatever, say to yourself, and it will come back to me 1,000-fold. Whatever I'm giving out into this world, money, time, effort, support, it will come back to me 1,000-fold. But I'm not doing it for that. I'm doing it because I'm in service. I'm doing it because I'm doing something good for myself. And, you know, if I've got to tell myself, you know, I can't do something because of A, B, C, D, E, or F, or G, you know, I'm really just procrastinating what's going to inevitably happen anyway. At some point. Why am I procrastinating? Look at that. Look at what you know, why you pause when something's good for you. Why do you stop? Just stop yourself anymore, right? Ancestry, family, influence. Haha, look at the Emperor. Organization, leadership, and structure. You know, this is like an Archangel Michael card, right? Take no BS. The world is in your hands here. What are you going to do with it? So the ancestry and family influence may have been really, really overwhelming for you in your life, right? The way in which you've been treated. Maybe there is father issues there. The expectations perhaps that your family had for you. What is your history? This is some of the work that we do on the soul contracts and Lords of Karma, is looking back a little bit, because that will tell you a lot about your focuses and why you have them. And so you have to release yourself from family ties that are negative. Anything positive, let's enhance it, right? As I said to you, my family going back are preachers and teachers, which is funny, and farmers as well on my mum's side of the family. But, you know, the ancestry of family influence, was there a general happiness? Like say, for example, my grandma and my granddad are really, really beautiful. They've both passed away now, but positive people, funny people, always laughing, making a joke. My grandfather, right, I found out later on he was actually quite in tune. My grandma said, oh, the cats are going to go bananas. Granddad's coming home. I'm like, what? Yeah, she goes, Granddad's coming home, and he tells the cats he's on his way. So they start going bananas about 5 minutes before he pulls up the driveway. So she would always know, oh, Granddad's coming. And the animals were like at the window, or, you know, going nuts or whatever. Right? So he had this, they just communicated in a different way. They were gentle with each other and having fun with each other, and, you know, in the caravan traveling around, because my granddad was a salesman for World Book Encyclopedias. Everybody knows those. But he traveled around Australia doing that. Oh my gosh. Sorry, everyone. Okay. Got a frog in my throat. I'm getting rid of it by talking. So, basically what I'm saying here is the joy ran out. So my grandparents are like super, super joyful, super funny, super spiritual, a little bit religious because that's how things were. And then you get to my mother and she loses her father and she becomes a nutbag, right? So then, you know, she goes crazy. She lost her daddy and then became all about herself, really self-absorbed. She wasn't like that. And then became really, really like overly weird in the bedroom and all this stuff and bringing it into the life. And of course, that's, you know, my story, right? That was directly because she lost the person that was the anchor of the family and was kind and spiritual and joyful, and all the rules, I guess, of how to be in life went out the window. So you've got to look back at your ancestry and pick the things that you like about it and start enhancing that again rather than the negative, right? You are everybody is a born guide to everybody else, you know, and we have to start waking up to it. So what's your subconscious saying? Pause, perspective, selflessness, having an awakening, looking at things in a different way. Your subconscious is telling you to look at things in the opposite way that you might have been doing. If your life is not going where you want it to go, I'm telling you, you've got to adjust. You have got to adjust what you're doing, how you're reacting, and how you're showing up. You've got to do that. There's no other way around it. Otherwise, life's going to be the same, if not worse. So your subconscious is that part of you that is connected. It's like your higher self. It's connected always with the divine. It has all the answers. It's your conscious self, your ego mind, that will talk you out. This is ridiculous. Will talk you out of things that are good for you. Maybe I need to shut up, but I'm not going to. Okay. Your plans, your way forward. Sorry, everybody. But there is a stubborn streak in old Be Divine. So, you know, I know it might sound like Chris Lee Adams or something, but I got to get it done. Your plans, your way forward. Okay, I'm clearing up. Haha, the Nine of Earth. Nine of Coins, contentment, luxury, independence. Who wants to be content? Have what you need. Have your little garden. Be left the hell alone. Just doing your thing, talking to whatever, you know, I talk to the animals, we talk to the birds, we get messages all the time because we're noticing them, right? We're able to manifest our home through, oh my God, trials and tribulations and all kinds of things that were intended to stop us. And, you know, just being so grateful. Like, you know, being able to go for a walk. I haven't even gone down the whole back of my property yet because here in Missouri, it's been tick season and spider season, and I have enough of those on me to last a lifetime this year. So we haven't treated down the back. We're calling it down the back. So as the colder weather comes, we'll be able to get back down there and see just what we've got, which is going to be exciting. But, you know, feeling content where we were as well, and we were. But we knew we wanted to be able to expand, especially with 5 dogs, for God's sake. So to be able to help everybody to heal, we had to maintain a lot of forward push without any help either. And everybody wants to be your way forward, or everyone wants their plans to be just peaceful. I just want to be peaceful. That's what people say. I don't want to have any drama. That's what they say. So that has to be your focus of, you know what, no matter what happens, no matter what occurs, I'm going to find a way out of it. And I'm going to attract the easy way forward. Right? By stating that that's what I want to do, I'm attracting the easy way forward. Instead of anticipating a mountain of problems before you're going to get to where your destination is. It's easy. You are guided to let go of things that are holding you back, patterns, behaviors. You know what you're doing. Come on, everybody does. And, you know, get it away from you. And if you can't do that, then you know where I am to help you. There's mentoring things available. You can talk with me on the phone. I have we do six sessions. Those sessions can be spent over, you know, you can, hey, once a month we catch up for 6 months. I mean, people are like, that's great. I get to talk to you for 6 months every month. You know what I mean? But you can do it however you want. I've got all these things available. Not to mention, you know, you can pay it off. You can do whatever you want. So there's no excuse because you got all the help and support you need to get you through. And to bring you into that contentment, to the luxury, to the independence. We deserve it. And on the world vibration that we're trying to move into, that's what it's going to be, right? We're moving into that higher vibration when, it, you know, the lower density of the 3D earth, etc., you know, if you're not in the mind frame of being a nutcase and being, you know, mean and nasty and, you know, spiteful, then you're not going to see all of that. And if you're in that spiteful, I've got to get people back, you know, people have done me wrong, and this person's got more than me, so I'm going to steal their stuff, I'm going to call it my own. You know, if you're doing all of that stuff, then you stay right there. It's going to be difficult. But if you're accepting, embracing, opening up, you know, you're going to be rewarded for that. Not that you're doing it for that, but that's what you attract. And that's just how it is. Your advice, here comes the wisdom for you. You see, transform, transformation, boom. Realization, life change brings you into liberation, right? The tower does not have to be a negative thing, but it is going to be a sudden thing in your life where you will understand as you transform, as you heal, as you shift, as you just follow your intuitive impulses. If you stop worrying about what everybody else is doing, these are the keys to your freedom. Telling you, nothing can get you if you do this. No one can take you down. They can try all they like, but they're wasting their time. And you've got it. You're over it all, right? And your advice is accept the change. Accept yourself. Know that you've got all the tools that you need to manifest anything that you want in this world. You can't manifest another person and all that, but you can ask for the right person to be guided. You know, but you can't say, I want Joe Bloggs and he's married to what's the name, but I know that's my twin flame. That's not right. That's what these stupid little witches do. Oh, I can give you a spell to get your lover back. You know, messing with energy like that, messing with people's lives. That's not going to ever bring a positive result. And congratulations, you get the guy that was already married and he goes and does the same thing to you. Congratulations. So, you know, here you go. Transform. You've got it. Your core motivation. So what's driving you here? Meditation, recuperation, and contemplation. Okay? That's what you want. You just want to be able to rest and it all comes to you. It will. That can happen, right? It can happen if that's how you set things up. That it's easy. I've got time for myself. I've got time for the family. I've got time for my yard. I've got time to do the things I love. And I'm bringing in the abundance. How much, what else do you want? Right? As well. Now, future. What's coming up in the near future then? Look at that. Organized, responsible, supportive energy around you. Information, news, abundance, blossoming. You know, your heart chakra is grounded and connected. You're all grounded and connected. Everything's easy. Look at that. You're inspired. You're making communication adjustments. Notice my throat's gone now. I had to get past this. People, you know, I tell you now that negative energy is not going to want you to listen to something that's good for you. It's not. It's going to want you to listen to the people who have a big book deal or cards and all of this, right? How do you think that people got card deals from, let's say, the Ascended Masters here? This is Doreen Virtue's old thing that she doesn't like anymore. But let's just say, okay, Hay House picked up Doreen. Did anybody know who the hell Doreen Virtue was before all of these cards came out? I mean, she had a few books. She was with Bantam Books. Completely different. No. Did anyone know who Colette Baron Reed was? No. Did anyone know who Radley Valentine was? Nah. Did anybody know who, this Kyle Gray? Anybody know who that was before? No. Do you know what that is? These people took a deal with Hay House of millions of dollars and are told that they have to pump out these different card decks, right? And these oracles. And in them, okay, they put, how do you explain it? There was that much negative energy on these card decks when I got them that it took me ages. I mean, I've only got things like the older things, like all these Doreen cards since the beginning, since the early 2000s, right? And there was that much negative energy on them. I had to clear them. I had to really focus on that. And I didn't know why back then. But these people are bought, okay? These people are millionaires. They are bought. Look at, have you seen Colette Baron Reed's home? Okay. Phew. What are they literally teaching you? Right? Okay, so we learn about the angels and we learn about the goddesses and all that sort of stuff. And then all of a sudden these people are poof, gone out of your life. There's no teachings with them. There's no academy or school or anything like that with them. They don't do anything for free. They don't give away any of their time. Oh no, you got to purchase the cards and then the next cards and the next cards and the next cards. And we will, because we use them as tools for our work, right? Or there's someone who doesn't have that, won't take that, and is showing you the way to get to where you want to be with your journey and is overlooked every single time. You know, the long-eyed medium, okay, well, who the hell was that before? You've got to think to yourself. It's sudden fame. Suddenly everyone's talking about it. Suddenly everybody knows. What do you think that is? There's a darkness in there. You know, like I told you, I had to clear, and I do this every time. I clear every single deck, not just because of the makers of the deck, but because of the hands it's been in before it gets to me, right? I want them all charged up. Crystals are everywhere, you know, smoke on it, all that sort of stuff. So, you know, the average person, for example, like you or I, unless we take some and sign on the dotted line and sign our life away and have to do what we're told, and that's the energy of these cards, unfortunately, is people are mass producing them and doing what they're told. So there's also this stress energy if you don't clear them right within them, you know? And the people that are really, really good at showing you the way forward, like Kim Maroney and other people, Cassandra Eason, nobody cares. And they're usually the people that have just tried to really self-publish. And they're people that are really well-traveled. They've been to all kinds of places. They've learned from all kinds of people. And they're trying to teach you. But no, we don't want that person, because that person's actually literally giving you the answers. We don't want that. We just want people coming back and 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 back. See? So this is going to change as well, where the future will be more about what's really being communicated, you know. And every month I'm going to do an Akash for the world, see what we can see, but it's going to be very clear, like it's very clear to me that there is a definite change happening already of the sleepers and those that are awake. And it's starting to become more and more and more pronounced. Okay, final message. The wheel. Luck, progress, and change. Everybody's looking at you here, like all of the cherubs are looking at you, like saying, what do you think? And this is something I often ask people, and guess what? They've got the answer. What do you think the angels are saying to you right now? What do you think? It's a very short little, what do you think they're saying? Open up to listen. The angels are speaking to you. Do you think they're saying, what an idiot you are? Right? No. That's what we say to ourselves, okay? What do you think if you had archangels in front of you? A whole beautiful line of them. Do you really think they're going to be picking on on you? Do you really think they're going to be saying, oh my God, you could have worn a different shirt? I don't know if I want to talk to you now because, look at that. Right? They're saying to you, this is what the angels are saying to you. There is nothing that you cannot do. There's nothing that you cannot be. Success is always available to each and every one of you. You have to have a belief in it already happening. You have to believe and you will see. People say to me, I'll believe it when I see it. Well, it's actually the other way around. You must believe anyway. Okay, and you will see. Understand that you are here on this planet to give the vibration of unconditional love. That does not mean unconditional time, unconditional abuse, unconditional working something out for somebody until the end of time. You're here to give unconditional love, your understanding of circumstances, but most importantly, your understanding of yourself. This is why people have animals. Animals will show you unconditional love every single day if they're your pet, right? Every single day, each one of them will show you how special you are to them, to this world. They don't care what you look like when you wake up in the morning. My hair stands up on end. I walk around this house like a scarecrow for the first 35 minutes of the day. I don't even realize my hair's sticking up so bad. My husband's like, he's just like watching me. I'm like, oh my God, what was I doing in my sleep? Right? So the animals don't care. They'll just kiss you. They'll just be there with you. They'll just do funny things. They want us to be that way. They show you perfect unconditional love. As you just embrace yourself for who you are, just let go of all of your inhibitions, your mind funk. Again, the help is there if you want it. I can help you get past anything. And so can my team of light leaders, right? They've all been trained. They know what they're doing. And, they're all there to help you. There's free support here too, right? I had someone saying that they just wanted to die. I'm like, well, reach out because there's support for you. Like, there's no need for this anymore. We've created support groups and free help and free readings. It's all there for people to take it on board. Don't fall for all of this glitzy, glamorous stuff. And do the hard work within yourself. Because that brings you to where you want to be. That's the only thing that's going to bring you to where you want to be. And you get to my age and you get older than me and you're still looking younger than ever. There's a trick to that as well. Again, all things I can show you. So look how amazing this reading is. Based on the cosmic blueprints of your life and direction. Right? New things are coming. Beautiful things are coming. And we need to look for that and reach for that as well. Do your work. Don't worry about what anyone else is doing. Okay? And focus forward, because you'll be the winner. You know? You will win in the end. I'm sending you all many, many blessings for this full moon, super moon in Pisces. Have some contemplation about yourself and your life. And you know where I am, Be Divine Online, if you need me for anything. And bye for now, everybody.